We are back on Review 65, and a while back I made a video called Knockoff Items, taking a look at some stuff like that. And I mentioned that I found a knockoff iPod Touch. And here it has returned. And I also found this. It's an old MP3 player, kind of like an iPod Shuffle knockoff. And we also have this. This is a really decent MP3 player. It's a Sony Walkman. And it's kind of like an iPod Nano knockoff. So we'll take a look at those another time. But this is really more like one of those old Palm Pilots. If you don't know what a Palm Pilot is, look it up. There is really no way to light this and make it show up, as it's just really horribly annoying resistive touchscreen. It says that it is 2007, January the 1st, and that is 12:03. That is actually incorrect. It is not 12:03, nor is it January the 1st, so it's completely incorrect. I could have prepared for this review a bit and added some contacts and stuff like that to the list, but that's not very important, is it? I hope not. So we have world times as well on here. We have a contact, name, no file. Ooh, that's horrible. This is just pretty much impossible. It comes with one of those crappy little stylus pens. Schedule, no file, so you can create a schedule on this, but it's pretty much like one of those old cell phones, and you have to put everything in through the numbers 1 through 9. Everything's run that way, so it flashes a letter, and if you don't, and then you gotta click another one that says enter. When you do that, it has a date and time to remind you. And then it says stored. Then we can view the schedule. And we'll see the letter W. There it is, W. And we have something called messages right beside that. And messages is really stupid. No, it doesn't have text message. No, it doesn't have email. Anybody else that happens to have one of these might possibly be able to tell me what this is. This is really meant for kids to use as a digital organizer, and that's what this is called. It's not really an iPod knockoff. It's more of a Palm Pilot knockoff. It has a 2.5-inch screen width across, and then we have some crappy games called Car Race, Snake, River Hop, Dancing. Don't know what that is. Car Race is actually on this thing. Car Race is actually the only one that's somewhat enjoyable, because you don't have to use a pen. You just got to drive this car across the top of the screen up there and avoid hitting these other cars that are driving the wrong direction. And if you hop in between little cars or whatever, you have like 3 lives or whatever. And you can make points and whatever, go faster, go slower. I don't care, it's not that important. So we have home screen. Where's the home screen? I'm not sure. Oh, we have a converter. We do have a working calculator. And a timer. Oh, set. Oh, timer set. Okay, so we can use the timer. Didn't remember any of this really well. So it's a stretch to call it an iPod knockoff. It really is. That's probably the best view of the screen that you're ever gonna get. And to get this oh, I forgot. It has a radio. That's the only really awesome feature of this, is the radio. It's picks up a really good signal. There is no internals, so you have to use headphones, but it does make a little click. Why isn't it? It does make, there we go, a little chirping noise. Sometimes it makes a little chirping noise. There we go. Made the little chirping noise. So, all in all, it's just, like I said, it's a really big stretch to call this an iPod Touch knockoff, but it's got the little touch screen. It is resistive touch, sort of. You can't really easily touch with your fingers. It's kind of like, and this little stylus there is probably taken straight out of a Nintendo box and shoved in this, because it looks pretty much just like a Nintendo DS stylus. And then you control all the games by these 4 buttons and can search and move that little arrow back and forth. If they even still manufacture this, it's crazy stupid. It takes 2 of these little tiny hearing aid battery thingies. It's a pain in the ass to find. So is it worth buying this if you want it? It's like 15 bucks for this when it first came out, and I got it because it looked a little bit like a Palm Pilot. But if you don't know what a Palm Pilot is, search it up. I don't have one to review. This is the closest you're going to get to that. But a Palm Pilot's like this. It's resistive touch, and it lets you put messages and reminders in there. So, all in all, that was the iPod Touch knockoff of today. In about a week or 2, I will be receiving a better iPod Touch knockoff, and it's going to have a camera and other stuff, so that will be more interesting. So tune back into Review 65 in a couple of weeks for a good iPod Touch knockoff. If you're looking forward to these 2, you're going to have some interest in. You know, let's set them up here. You know, we got foam bars. These are, you're going to find interest in some of these, but not this one. That was not important. We're going to take a look at these 2. We're going to take a look at this one, and then we'll take a look at that one. So next time, we'll take a look at this Sansa clip.